firewood crackle in the fall air, red dirt playing on the radio, Big Dipper hanging high up there, breathe in the backwoods and let it go. I ain't never been a church going type, can't quote much past 3:16, even though it's a Friday night. Church found me sitting here drinking beer, talking God, amen, killing time, living life with some down home friend. When the world's gone crazy, man, it all makes sense. Sitting here drinking beer, talking God, amen, amen. Got a thanking for a little piece of dirt, a little piece of mind from a cold one. Got a country angel I don't deserve, the kind that you never let go of. I don't know what heaven looks like, nah, I don't think anybody does. If it's like down here, up there tonight, there's folks like us, sitting here drinking beer, talking God, amen, killing time, living life with some down home friend. When the world's gone crazy, man, it all makes sense. Sitting here drinking beer, talking God, amen, amen. I don't know what heaven looks like, can who the hell does? If it's like down here, up there tonight, there's folks like us, sitting here drinking beer, talking God, amen, killing time, living life with some down home friends. When the world's gone crazy, man, it all makes sense. Sitting here drinking beer, talking God, amen, amen.
What's up, everyone? Victoria here with PopCulture.com. Today, I'm once again talking to Chase Rice, one of my favorites. Chase, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm taking a day off, chilling, relaxing. So I need it. We've been going hard. Been doing gearing up. We did Kimmel last week. We've done a lot of prep for this new part 3 of the album dropping, and it all coming together. So I'm taking the day to just relax. Good.
You deserve it. And it looks like it's really nice weather where you're at.
Yeah, it's perfect. I'm chilling in my backyard, Nashville, and it is perfect. You literally can't beat this.
I know. It's some good weather. Thank goodness. It's about time. Really quick, before we get started, I know last year was rough for everyone. How's your year this year so far?
It's been good. Last year was even good. It financially was pretty brutal, and just the adjustment of figuring out how to live not on a tour bus was brutal, but it was a break that I think a lot of people have started realizing everybody needed a break. And so I took advantage. I made the farm my home. I got a garden now. I got chickens. I got a dog. I got it all. So I took advantage of it and tried to live a normal life for a year, and I'm ready to go. What
kind of stuff you got growing in the garden?
We got lettuce over there, a bunch of peppers, tomatoes, carrots, just everything for a good old salad. And I got eggs from the chicken, so I'll boil them up and have a fully sustainable place here.
Yes, you will. That's awesome. I love that. Well, it's really exciting because this year we're finally getting back to seeing some concerts. Share your thoughts on that.
It's time to go. If you don't want to come, stay home. We're going.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I was going to talk about, last year you were kind of one of the first artists to hit the road again. And while you had so much support, you also had, some people come in with the criticism. What does it feel like now looking back on that and being like, we weren't that far away from getting back out on the road?
Overall, I do think it was a pretty questionable time, and it was definitely nobody really knew what to expect.
Yeah.
So with people being upset about it, I kind of had, at this point, kind of looking back, I understand that actually. At the same time, the way people deal with things these days is pretty pathetic, in my opinion. Just talking to people. People need to have more conversations. People need to hit each other up on the phone more. Taking things to social media, that's not something I'm getting involved with, so let it go.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on your album that will be dropping at the end of this month, which is so exciting. Tell us about it. You've got a lot of I feel like you brought a lot of emotion to the table with this one. So kind of tell us the inspiration behind it.
Yeah, I think I had the album part 1 and 2 come out last year, and then part 3 is coming out, which it will just end up being called the album. It's all together now. I think this is the tip of the iceberg of where it's going to be going, because I wrote all these songs before. I only wrote one during COVID and quarantine, which was called Bedroom. The rest of them I wrote before. So this last group of songs was all a bunch of songs that really didn't have a place, because the Nights, Bedroom, If I Didn't Have You, and Drinkin Beer, Talkin God, 𝐒𝐴MEN don't really sound the same. So it was like, man, they don't have a place, it doesn't seem. So let's put them in their place. Let's put them in their place all together. And I think it's the tip of the iceberg. You hear a song like The Nights, and it's just real. It's real. It's personal. And that's going to go there fully on my album, Follow This Album. So I'm loving writing songs right now. I'm loving, putting out music. It's time to put out a lot of music. So between finishing the album and another album coming out later this year, it's gonna be a lot. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Well, is that why you chose to divide everything up the way you did, because of the different sounds?
I really just wanted to put out less music more often, because people don't really listen to albums the same way that they used to. It's kind of on playlists, or they'll just play it and go. That is coming back a little, which is awesome, but it's not like you get a CD and put it in and it's track by track. Some people shuffle. So that's why I did it in parts. I just wanted I wanted all these songs. The first one had 7, second had 4, the third had 4. And I wanted these songs to have their moment in the spotlight, so people could really hone in on them and not be too distracted by 50 songs coming out at one time, and that was fun. I had a blast with it, but now I'm ready to piece an entire album together too.
I think when I was listening through this album, I think one of my favorite songs is Messy, because I feel like it's very real. You talk about, I know that you're a very private person, and I want to respect that. So I'm not going to drill you with questions about if there's a personal inspiration behind that song. But I like it because I think so often we do turn to social media and we think that everyone's relationships are perfect and everything is just always Instagram ready at all times. The song dives into the realness. I think we forget that relationships involve work, and they involve that other side of the other person. So, talk to me about why this was a song you wanted to put on the album.
Yeah, I love Messy. It's if we were allowed on Instagram to have a realistic picture of our lives, there wouldn't be the depression and the suicide rates that we have. I mean, everybody looks so happy on there, and that's not always the way it is, especially when another relationship's involved. Mm-hmm. It gets real messy sometimes. It gets real, but it does. Yeah, that's it. It gets messy. But if you do want to make it work, you got to put in the work. So that's why I love that song, and everything that I put out for the most part from here on out in my career is going to be personal for sure. And you mentioned me being private. It's just, I love the songs telling my stories rather than me telling my stories. I don't think everything should be blasted out there to everybody to see, as far as Instagram and kids and wives and whatever. That's just my opinion of it. I like to have a personal life away from music, so it allows me to actually create and put my real life into the music. And that's a song like Messy. It's a perfect example of a real life situation. It's not always clean, but you got to put it in the work.
Yeah, I love that. Chase, I saw you've been hanging out with Morgan Wallen. Morgan, I think nobody's gonna deny that there was a scandal there. How is he doing?
He's good. Speaking of putting in work, he's putting a lot of work himself. Mm-hmm. I've hung with him quite a few times now, and he seems to be in a lot better place. I don't know what exactly he did. Those are details that he can tell if he wants to, but he seems to just be in a good place. And Morgan absolutely knows what he did wrong. He knows he shouldn't have done at least one of the things that he did wrong. And he knows that. He's not dumb, and he put in the work and got it fixed. So I'm happy for where he is. I'm happy for what's about to happen. I'm happy for the success he's had, and he'll be back. And when he does, I want to be at one of those shows, because it's going to be rowdy.
His fans are waiting. Well, that's really good to hear because it's one thing to read it and see it and you hope that he's doing well. And it's another thing to hear it from one of his friends. So thank you for sharing that. We've got concerts coming up. Thank goodness. How are you feeling about that? What's next for you? Tell us what you got going on for the rest of this year.
It's going to be scattered. Fall tour will be full on, probably, outdoor amphitheater type thing, small amphitheaters. It's theater, stuff like that. It'll be me headlining. We don't know what that's going to look like yet. We're piecing it together, but summer will be fairs and festivals scattered all about. And even if it's what I'm doing with the fairs and festivals or what somebody else is doing with the full on headlining tours, it's going to be hit or miss. I mean, there's going to be places you go where it's be like it's going to be the same as it used to be. If it's going to be the pods, if it's going to be this or that, so people can, save face. But at the end of the day, I think there's going to be a lot of shows that are awesome, and there's going to be some shows that are a little bit questionable. But we'll get through that period, and then by January, and by my fall headlining tour, and then by January going into Kane Brown, beginning of 22, it's going to be ripping. So I'm ready for it. Like we played in Virginia this weekend, we played 2 shows. Couldn't tell you what's going to happen. Don't know how many people are going to be there. Don't know what it's going to be like. I don't care. We got the band. We got the full setup. We're playing music. And obviously people are going to be ready.
Well, I love that you said that you don't care because it just feels good to get back out on stage, right?
Yeah. You couldn't imagine me saying that. I learned a lot through last year. So 2 years ago, I'm going into a show, I know exactly what to expect. I'm exhausted. I'm usually tired especially by Saturday night. I'm ready to be home. Now I'm like, get me the hell off this farm. I'm ready to go.
You mentioned Kane Brown. That's so exciting. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we go out starting in January. I don't know the exact first date, but we're doing some pretty special places. I mean, the Garden up in Boston, Madison Square Garden in New York City. It's going to be awesome. And the only one I'm not part of the front half, so I'm not playing the Staples Center. That'll have to wait till I show up and play it. But it's going to be awesome. I've known Kane for a while. His music's crushing right now. He's killing it right now. And he's a good guy. He's just a good guy, calm guy. So we're going to have a blast on the road, and it's a step that me and the boys wanted to take, and we're going to put on a hell of a show. We're going to make sure of it.
Awesome. Great to hear, Chase. Always a pleasure talking to you. I hope you enjoy your day off.
So far, so good. I got my pup down here sleeping, and he's not chewing up everything right now. So I'm watching him relax, and that's a good thing.
That's winning right there. Awesome. Chase, always good to talk to you. Everyone, for more on Chase Rice and your other favorite celebrities, make sure you keep it right here at popculture.com.